What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here for the Best Buy Canada blog, and today I'm taking a look at the LeapFrog Touch and Learn World Map. Now, I'm sitting much farther away from the camera than I normally do when I do these reviews, but that's because this thing is fairly large, as you can see. But it's a great little educational toy for kids aged 4 plus. In this review, we're going to go over this device, how it works, all the features, whether I think it's worth it or not. And then you can go over to the Best Buy blog and read my opinion of it in a little bit more detail. But let's get in. Let's see if this thing is worth it for your kids. The LeapFrog Touch and Learn World Map is a great little product. It has all of these awesome little icons all over it and a bunch of different game modes that will allow your kids to interact with a map and different features and different ideas and different landmarks and animals and all of that good stuff. It all begins with this little button here, which is going to turn the device on, and you're going to get a little jingle, which is a lot of fun. There's 4 modes here along the top. There is Explore mode, where you can literally press anything on the map and it'll give you some information about it.
Explore mode. Press on the map to explore different parts of the world. American bison. The American bison can be found in the open plains of North America.
Then there is this Globetrotter mode. And what you're going to do in Globetrotter mode is you're going to get clues for countries. And what you're going to have to do is find the country as fast as possible. And if you can't find it, you'll get more clues to help you locate where it is. Next here, you have the animal quiz. And in the animal quiz, what you're going to do is you're going to get a fact about an animal, and then you're going to have to try to locate it on the map. For example, the orca, which is right over somewhere. There it is. The orca here, the first clue you'll get for the orca is this fish, or this animal is sometimes called the killer whale. Easy clue for an orca. Some of them are more difficult than that. But that's the gist of it. And if you don't get it on one clue, it'll maybe tell you the continent you might find it on and things like that. Very helpful for kids.
Animal Quest. Listen for the animal description, then touch the correct animal on the map. Ready, go! Find the animal that usually lives in a group called a pride. Lion. You got it!
The third one is the landmarks one, which is probably the hardest because I don't think a lot of younger kids know a lot of landmarks. Of course, in Canada, we're all familiar here with the CN Tower, but a lot of these other landmarks kids might not be familiar with. And so it could be a little bit harder to figure that out. It has man-made landmarks and natural landmarks such as the Grand Canyon right down here.
Landmark Expedition. Listen for the landmark description, then touch the correct landmark on the map. Ready, go! Find the mountain that has 2 flat peaks at the top instead of one pointy one. Mount Everest. Try again. Look in North America. Find the mountain that has 2 flat peaks at the top instead of one pointy one. Grand Canyon. Try again. Look near the walrus. Find Mount Asgard. Mount Asgard.
The device takes a couple AA batteries. Now, some do come in the box, but those are recommended just for demoing the unit. They actually suggest you get your own batteries, which is what I did, and I think that's probably a really good idea. This thing does not work on a squishy surface, so you can't lay this out on a couch. I even had a hard time when it was laid out on a carpet. You do want to put this thing on a table, on a floor, and even if you look at the back here, and I'll have a close-up, there's actually an area right up here that you could hang this thing up on a wall, and I would, that's a really great way to use this device. I've seen complaints online about the sound, and the sound is not really loud, but I do find it's loud enough, even in a somewhat busy area. It's way better, of course, in a closed-door room where it's nice and quiet, but even with a little bit of background noise, I really didn't have a hard time. My kids did not have a hard time hearing this device. The talking is great. It's slow enough for kids to kind of pick up on all the ideas as they're being read. And there's a lot going on. I think there's 200 touch points. 200 touch points on this map. That's 200 different things that they can click on and get information. It's a little weird that there are missing countries, and there are a lot of missing countries on here. It's not a huge deal, but it's worth noting that there's some are missing. But again, a lot of them aren't even countries I don't think you can touch. All these ones in red, you can touch and get information about. But if you look over here in Southern Europe, there's a lot of just black there, highlighting all those smaller countries. So not everything is interactive. Obviously, there's more than 200 countries in the world. But lots. All these big animals you can interact with, all the landmarks you can interact with, and all of the red titled countries you can interact with. And a nice little touch is that the compass rose in the bottom corner. You can also touch on that and learn about the compass rose, which I thought was a really awesome addition for this map. Now, it says that it's recommended for ages 4 and up. And in the most cases, I think that's true. As a 4-year-old, you can start clicking and learning and things like that. It gets a little more difficult, especially when you have to find countries if you can't read. I mean, my 4-year-old, he was asked to find Tunisia. He's never finding Tunisia because he can't read. And even when he's given hints about Africa and stuff, it's not going to help. It's not going to help him suddenly go, oh, I know where Tunisia is. So that one specifically, I would be looking at school-age kids who can read, probably grade 1, maybe grade 2. But almost everything else, I think a 4-year-old could grasp, especially the animals. I think the animals is the best place, and the explore mode for a 4-year-old to kind of explore and do things. And then maybe as you get a little bit older, you can try out some of these quizzes. But there's lots of questions. They have questions about every single animal, every single landmark, every single country. So obviously there will be repetition once you've done it all. But I still thought it was really great. My kids enjoyed it. I highly recommend this product for learning. You can find all my thoughts over on the Best Buy Canada blog. I have a little bit more detail than what we went over in this video about the product, but same conclusion. Highly recommend it. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk again real soon. Goodbye.